Africa Prime, brought to you by Jameson's Select Reserve.
Welcome back. You're watching Africa Prime right here on CNBC Africa, and still with me is the South African Auditor-General, Terence Nombembe. So you have quite a tough task. You have to ensure that you remain balanced and neutral. Is this difficult for you, or do you think you've mastered the art of doing so?
Yes, what helps a lot in doing our job is to be very clear on facts. Once your facts are indisputable, you are in a position in this role as a professional to communicate those facts without any fear or favor. And that's what the Constitution requires of us. But it's important that in carrying out our scrutiny and carrying out our work, we do it with the highest level of objectivity. So what builds our confidence are the standards that we follow. What builds our confidence is the level of quality that we attach to the work that we do, so that what we communicate, we are certain that it's unlikely to be disputed. What we also do is the level is to commit and involve the auditees in the audit process. So by the time the audit results become public information, most of the discussion would have taken place with those that should act on them, and agreements would have been reached on the accuracy of the facts and the circumstances that have given rise to those facts. And for us, that is what gives us the confidence to be neutral, the confidence to be confident about what we are communicating and uttering to the nation and to the leadership.
Have you found it challenging to build relationships over the years with regards to the role that you need to play in South Africa?
It has not been tough at all, and that's why we've been insistent that this journey towards clean audits will only be achieved if it is a partnership between ourselves and government leadership. And in that respect, we were comforted by the fact that the advent of the clean audit vision in South Africa was not our vision, but it was the government vision. And because of that, we have tagged on that and only identified what role we can play in that respect. And because of that government-led vision, we have found it a lot more easier to get government leadership to be responsive to these engagements. So it has not been difficult at all.
There are also a lot of concerns with regards to the President's office not complying with regulations and laws that are in place. Is this very challenging for you to put that information out publicly?
No, there can't be a thought of hiding anything on our side. We've got to be transparent in the way we do our job. We've got to be transparent in the way we communicate our information. And that applies to any office in the land. It can be the president, it can be the premier, it can be treasury, it can be the legislature. Did
you receive a call from the president at any time?
No, we didn't, but we did engage with the team within the presidency on how to deal with the matters and how to eliminate the trends that are picking up from an office as honorable as that one. But perhaps let me just add that those are the offices that we expect to lead by example. And if I can just repeat them, I mean the presidency, the premiers, the treasuries, the local government, as well as the legislatures, because they are the ones that set the pace and the trend in terms of guiding others and also monitoring others.
With regards to the pillars of strategy, I know that you hold them in very high regard, and this is what really keeps the very positive perception about the Auditor-General intact. Yes, take us through those, and do you feel that you've met this mandate that you've put in place?
We are guided by our strategic direction, our strategic focus in everything that we do. The first thing that is paramount to us is our mission, which is about building public confidence. And we can only do that if we communicate information that is truthful, that is transparent, and that is timeless to the nation. And secondly, we can do that if we have got a staff complement that is passionate about this very same vision and this mission as well. And that is why internally we make a lot of engagements within ourselves, a lot of alignment within ourselves, a lot of motivation amongst ourselves, so that when we go out there, we communicate the message with the same level of passion right across government.
What makes your job very difficult, Mr. Nombembe? Have you got challenges that you need to go through on a day-to-day basis that constantly make you work harder and harder?
Yes. The one thing that we need to continue to work harder on is to get leadership in government to act on their responsibilities, to get them to strengthen their controls and to convince them that what they should do is something that is critical for nation building. It has been harder for us to get that message not only heard but acted upon. This year, I must say, we have reached a turning point in that effort, and it's for that reason that in my earlier comment about the engagement with leadership being most critical, we feel that we're reaching a level of consensus, a level of same pace in the way in which we manage what it is that we need to manage in our respective roles. We come and monitor whether they've done what they've done. We give guidance as to what they should do. And when we meet with the leadership, we need to confirm that all those advices, all those recommendations are being taken seriously.
I'd like for you to take us back as far as the Transkei. Of course, that is when you went to school, and you also embarked on your university degree, a BCom degree in 1982, and then you, of course, became a chartered accountant. Give us an indication of how those years, those formative years, created who you are today.
I certainly did not envisage myself being in this position, but certainly I did envisage myself as playing a role, and a critical role in building the nation. And it's for that reason that education has been at the foundation of what it is that I had to focus on and had to take seriously. And it's for that reason that even in our institution, we put the issue of education and minimum qualifications as one of the critical prerequisites for excelling in our work. Because unless you have got insight, unless you're well informed, unless you are well prepared, it's going to be very difficult to be influential to your stakeholders, to your partners, to your peers. And it's for that reason that for us, those many years in the Transkei are very important and have been a turning point in my own life in terms of understanding that education is a key pillar for success and nation building.
Who inspired you to do a BCom degree back then?
We were fortunate then because we were also exposed to the environment where the first chartered accountant was a lot more closer to us and a lot more visible to us. Professor Wiseman Kutlu, who not only was he a lecturer in the University of Transkei, but also had a firm which we could see physically and say to ourselves, this is achievable, this is attainable, and therefore that motivation came from even the trainee accountants that he had and the managers that he had who also qualified 5 years after he had qualified. So we had something that was tangible and visible in front of us that made us to pursue this campaign.
With regards to your formative years, we've spoken about that. Is there a unique story that, of course, created the man that you are today?
Now, I have got one unique story which, for me, has been very inspirational. And whenever I'm asked this question, I can't avoid mentioning this icon. It's my guardian who mentored me in my childhood to even take a commercial route at high school, Mr. Lubando, who, when my parents were in Swaziland, they left us with him. And he's the one who has also been an inspiration in the kind of focus that I need to have in the way in which I pursue my career. He's the one who constantly instilled in me the fact that one day you will be having your own firm. It may not be the firm that he envisioned, but when I see myself in this position, it's something similar to the vision that he had. Although may not have been clear to him, it seemed as if that vision has materialized.
Mr. Nombembe, thank you very much for sharing your insights with us. It's great to have you on the program. Well, that is it for Africa Prime. A big thank you to my guest, the Auditor General of South Africa, Terence Nombembe. From me, Eleni Jokos. We'll see you next time.